When the rabbis, they choose Torah portions throughout the year, throughout the regular cycle of the year, all they get to have is editing rights of where they make the cut, of what we start this week's parsha, and that's where they choose. But when it comes to holidays, much more rights. They literally will pull out different sections of the Torah, which we haven't read, and will stick it right in front of us to become our grounding piece for every single synagogue in the world to reflect on that part. What I always find fascinating is that on Rosh Hashanah, we read Hannah. We read about her journey. And it's interesting because there's almost a dichotomy. There's Hannah and there's Penina. Now, Penina is able to have many children. Life is relatively easy. And you would think when we get to this point of the holidays, many people will sit back and they reflect on everything that's gone well. Every single thing we've accomplished since last year, since the last 10 years, since we were first born. But it's not the rabbi's focus. They're interested in Hannah. And the reason for it is because her life is difficult. She struggles and she struggles and she wants to have a child, but she can have no children. And the primary focus of it is not that it's hard for her. That's not what the rabbis are focused on. The fact is, life can be difficult. Every single person, every person is given challenges and difficulties, and the older you get, the more you realize it. The question is, what do you do with them and how do you react to it? And she doesn't keep it bottled up inside. What she does is she becomes, at the highest point of the whole year of confession and prayer, the rabbis say, look at her. That is who you should be like. Because she doesn't hold anything back. She prays and she lets all of the emotions out. She lets all of the barriers away, all of the guards, and she's truly honest with who she actually is. And slichot, the reason why I like slichot, I like to be with my colleague, because this is the quiet, it's really this quiet, private time where it's just us here. And we change the Torah covers, and it's like the launch in the high holidays, and we'll finish at Nila, standing right here as well. But Hannah is supposed to be at the very front of our minds as we go into this journey, where any guards that you still have, anything that you're holding back, it's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to push through all of that and get to the deepest, authentic self of who we really are. Rabbi Avi Weiss, he teaches that the objective in high holidays is actually not to become anybody different. Not the goal. The goal is actually to truly become yourself. That throughout life we build up this baggage and we're trying to scrape it away and get back to our inner godliness and inner goodliness. And that's what's at the core. But first we have to break through those klipot, those barriers that hold us back. So with that, I invite everyone to take a big, deep breath in. Feel where you are in your life. And that one thing which you've been avoiding, I invite you to step straight into that. Because that's where our head is supposed to be during this time of year and when we pray. Because we're going to open the ark now and we will be praying Avinu Malkeinu, which is that beseeching, which is the begging. And to let yourself completely open as if you're standing in front of a parent who could just fix everything and will listen to everything. And sometimes fixing things is actually just finally being able to be heard for that thing you've been so afraid to say.